Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Addison Wass, the president of the City Band Board, and on behalf of the band, I would like to welcome you to our fourth concert of the season here in Chautauqua Park. Throughout the summer, I've been providing fun facts about the United States in honor of its 250th birthday this year, and tonight I have a couple of facts about our presidents through the years I'd like to share. Since the founding of our nation, we have had 45 different individuals serve as president across 47 different presidencies. Of these, the shortest term was served by William Henry Harrison, lasting only 31 days. His term was cut short by a bout of pneumonia, and he was the first president to die in office. Conversely, the longest term was served by Franklin D. Roosevelt. His term lasted 12 years and 39 days. 6 years after the conclusion of said term, the 22nd Amendment was passed, which introduced the two-term limit, limiting any individual serving as president to only 2 terms in office. Our MC for this evening will be Kamala Weedy, and our intermission entertainment will be provided by a trombone ensemble from within our band. And on the topic of trombones in our band, I've been told that one of them has a birthday tonight, so please allow us to embarrass him for a moment. Happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Anna, happy birthday to you. Alrighty, thank you again for coming, and I hope you enjoy the concert.
Hello and welcome. What an honor to be here tonight, not from within the band in the flute section, but getting to introduce the band and the incredible music selections they've prepared for you. My name is Kamala Weedy. I was born and raised here in Worthington, and I currently serve as the administrative assistant at the Love Inc. of Worthington. I look forward to introducing myself more as the night goes on. Tonight's concert begins with a tune that features our low brass players. The Trombone's Triumphant March was composed by Don Keller. He played the trombone, and as you can guess from the title, the piece includes a prominent trombone melody. This piece was completed in 1940, just in time for the American military bands to add it to their concerts repertoires in the US, and then internationally during the World War II. This march's popularity caused Keller to compose 3 more marches featuring trombones in the 1940s. Enjoy the march, Trombones Triumphant. let's give another hand for the incredible trombone section. I will now attempt a joke. Trombones are from the Renaissance era and were originally called the sackbut, which is not the joke. Actually, if you look up jokes about trombones, they all really blow, which is only part of playing the instrument. I'm just hoping the rest of this joke slides into place. For the past 3 years, I've helped out with the Love Inc. comedy event. As you can tell, watching comedy does not equate being comedic, but it is good fun, and we'd love to have you join us for our comedy night, February 19th, 2027. Our next selection is Sundance, an original composition by Carl Stroman that depicts the sounds of the American West. Stroman has found great success writing music with uniquely American themes for concert bands, orchestras, and jazz bands. Sundance begins with the sun rising over a horizon in a slow chorale. Soon, the tempo increases with a bright country feel and lively barn dance. Stroman includes both energetic woodwind lines and sharp brass melodies. Imagine yourself in the American West as you listen to Sundance. Do I have any Mary and Robert Morrison fans in the house tonight? Hey, all right. I prefer his stage name, John Wayne, though the Duke has a nice ring to it. This type of music brings me back to when I was younger watching John Wayne with my dad. Westerns always highlight a small community facing the hardships of the frontier and have to band together to survive while dealing with some bully that John Wayne eventually takes care of in the end. I get to see that same type of fortitude in our community through my work at Love Inc., where churches band together to help neighbors in need. We as a community are strong when we look out for each other, just like the different instruments coming together to form this band. Throughout our season, we love to feature different sections of the band, and tonight, it's the turn of our fantastic clarinets. Our next piece is Clarinets Allegro, composed by Frank Cofield. Cofield had a distinguished career as both an instrumental and choral music instructor. He also lent his talents to the Hall Leonard Publishing Corporation as a composer and arranger. Beyond his musical endeavors, he proudly served 3 years in the U.S. Navy during World War II. In the latter part of his life, Cofield resided in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Tonight, we hope you enjoy this vibrant piece showcasing our talented clarinet players as they perform Allegro, that is, quickly and with lively spirit, in Clarinets Allegro. Let's hear it again for the clarinets. Previously, I mentioned that I see strength in the community through my work. Another incredible thing I've seen where our community comes together is through the Meals on Wheels program, where churches and businesses deliver food to those who are homebound. On one occasion, where I was helping deliver food with a friend of mine, we had a fun exchange with an older woman who thought my friend was very handsome. The next day, she complimented his jersey, saying, "Oh, is that new? It looks nice, I like it." Personally, I thought my outfit looked nice too, but good for her for calling it like she sees it. Get ready for a catchy television theme song from the 1960s. This time, we're diving into the memorable world of Hogan's Heroes. This beloved show focuses on Stalag 13, a German prisoner of war camp. While the prisoners led by Colonel Hogan seem to have quite a few perks at the camp, they are secretly and constantly trying to help the Allied war effort from within, right under their captors' noses. The brilliant mind behind this memorable music was Jerry Fielding. In addition to composing the iconic theme for Hogan's Heroes, Fielding also crafted the themes for the shows like The Bionic Woman and The Tim Conway Show. He even scored the first 2 episodes of the original Star Trek television series. As you listen to the band, imagine that classic opening sequence and the comical antics from Hogan's Heroes. One of my favorite quotes from Hogan's Heroes is Sergeant Schultz's classic line, if you know it, say it with me. I see nothing, I hear nothing, I know nothing! Which incidentally is how it feels to work in kids ministry as well.
You do that pretty good.
Now for something you definitely do want to see and hear. Tonight's intermission entertainment is our trombone ensemble. Please welcome them to the stage.
Yes, our trombone ensemble. Now, we've been trying to think of a name since we came up with this idea. And considering the first song we played was Trombones Triumphant, this is the Triumphant Trombones. How's that? Yeah. We failed to order the team t-shirts, but we figured what we're wearing is going to be just fine, absolutely. But the team t-shirts are coming, by the way. But yes, we've been rehearsing after the regular rehearsal on Monday nights for 3 or 4 weeks here, and picking 3 numbers that we want to share with you tonight. So our first one is Trombumba. 2, 3. And our next one is a really well-known familiar hymn and ballad. This is Amazing Grace. Oh, such a pretty hymn. And I was telling these guys when we were rehearsing, my favorite ensemble sounds are a trombone ensemble or a barbershop quartet. And that's kind of gives you that nice sonority that goes in with. We're going to finish with a tune called Allegro.
All right, thank you, trombones, for that incredible performance. Another round of applause, please, for our trombones. Now, earlier I joked about working in kids ministry, but in reality, working with kids is so rewarding. We have a number of church programs that create a space for kids, whether it's the VBS programs happening this summer, youth groups, after-school programs, or even college student outreach through our Crew group. I've been so blessed to watch the younger generation step up, ask thoughtful questions, be challenged, and grow. And on that note, it's time for the Candy March. Kids of all ages, we invite you to march along with the band during our next song. Meet by the front of the stage, ready to march. Thanks to Southwest Hearing Technologies and Jason Votes State Farm's Insurance Agency for supporting our Candy Parade this season. This week, our march is Pentland Hills. We begin the second half with a musical journey to the beautiful landscapes of Scotland with our piece, Pentland Hills, by American James H. Howe. This vibrant concert band work is named after the picturesque range of hills that stretches southwest of Edinburgh, Scotland, a region known for its rolling moors and charming villages. The piece itself draws upon the rich tradition of Scottish folk music, weaving together three beloved Scottish airs, the Lass O'Gowrie, John Anderson My Jo, and Rowan Tree. Pentland Hills is a popular march, especially among British bands, and has been featured as part of the historic ceremony of Trooping the Colour. Prepare to be transported to the Scottish Highlands as the band performs Pentland Hills. Last summer, I had the privilege to visit the small country of Estonia on a short-term missions trip. I, being the good Midwestern girl that I was, waved at everyone I passed. Anyone who's traveled outside of the Midwest can probably tell you that's a good way to get some weird looks. Here's another way. While there, I met a new friend from Tajikistan who did not speak English. Using a translator app, I invited this new friend to a coffee shop that my friends owned. He politely declined and said that he doesn't drink alcohol or smoke. Clearly, there was some sort of miscommunication error. It wasn't until later that I found out that in Estonia, the coffee shop is where people buy drugs and alcohol, and a cafe is where people go to drink coffee. Whoops. You live and learn. Our next piece, When the Stars Begin to Fall, draws its inspiration from the beloved 19th century African-American spiritual, My Lord, What a Morning. It has been sung by many vocalists, including Marian Anderson, Joanne Baez, and Harry Belafonte. This arrangement's composer, Fred Allen, uses intricate chords to create rich, complex harmonies that beautifully convey a deep longing for a time when pain and sorrow will be no more. In fact, the very last line of the spiritual's refrain from Matthew 24 became the title of this piece. Beyond his compositional skills, Allen is also an accomplished woodwind player. Tonight, we invite you to enjoy When the Stars Begin to Fall, a work tenderly dedicated to the composer's mother, Doris. Music is another beautiful thing that we can offer to our community. There are many ways to get involved. You can join a band, a choir, praise team. In Estonia, I had the incredible opportunity to go to their Song and Dance Festival, which only takes place every 5 years. I heard a choir of 30,000 people singing about freedom, while the audience had tears in their eyes. What a blessing to have music in our lives. Our medley this evening takes us straight to the world of Broadway with highlights from The Music Man, a fantastic collection of tunes by Meredith Wilson, arranged by Alfred Reed. This medley features some of the show's most beloved numbers, including 76 Trombones, The Wells Fargo Wagon, and Till There Was You. The Music Man introduces us to the con artist, Harold Hill, who attempts to sell band instruments and uniforms to the naive townsfolk of River City, Iowa. When it premiered in 1957, the show was an instant smash on Broadway, winning an impressive 5 Tony Awards, including Best Musical, and enjoying a whopping 1,375 performances. Its success extended beyond the stage, with the cast winning the very first Grammy Award for Best Musical Theater Album. Feel free to sing along to this popular medley. It has been such an honor to join you this evening. I hope tonight you carry with you gratitude for the wonderful things our community has to offer, and maybe even a desire to be part of what makes our home so beautiful by volunteering your time and talents. Consider helping at any of the wonderful agencies, get involved in programs, join the band, or bring your own special flair and start something new. Be a light to those around you. Maybe it's just taking someone out for a cup of coffee at a cafe, or just having a nice conversation. Enjoy this final selection by the amazing Worthington City Band.
Oh, so much fun, so much fun. Thank you, Pamela. Kamala, I had that in my head, the way you told me earlier. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so very much, and enlightening us on what we can do to help make things better. Appreciate that very much. And you're more than welcome to bring your flute anytime you want. You know that, absolutely. So. Yes, and to my fellow trombone players, thank you guys and gals too. That was great fun. That was great fun. And as AJ said, this is concert number 4. Next week, concert number 5. In fact, next week, concert number 5, and at the end of the week is the 4th of July concert. So can that be? July is right around the corner. But life keeps moving. Thanks for being here, part of this great American tradition of the concert in the park. So much fun, keeping that tradition going. It's our tradition with America the Beautiful, and we close with the Star Spangled Banner. Thanks again for coming.